Yo, what's goody everybody? Welcome back to another video with your boy, Young Homie TC. Today we are reacting to a video titled, How to Speed Run Getting Cancer. Very odd topic, but let's get it.
So, you need to get cancer and fast. Maybe you've dreamed of dying a slow, painful death since childhood, or maybe you're just bored and want attention. Well, I hate to break it to you, but those microplastics and carcinogens you've been guzzling just won't cut it. But don't worry. As a content creator, it's my responsibility to ensure my viewers are constantly exposed to cancer. So, today I'll be showing you how to give yourself cancer as fast as possible.
The screen?
Cancer happens when a cell loses its moral compass and reproduces uncontrollably like a Catholic bunny on Molly. But to get there, you'll need to mutate your cell's DNA.
Radiation.
Now, normally that takes years of aging, but we don't have time for all of that. So let's expedite the process with a buffet of carcinogens. Smoking is a great way to look badass, but did you know it's also a leading cause of lung cancer? Smokers are 25 times more likely to develop lung cancer than non-smoking losers. So I suggest you start chain smoking menthols as soon as possible. They're better than your standard reds because they numb your throat, allowing a deeper inhale. Doctors even used to recommend menthols to relieve stress and treat asthma, but the sober tards over at the FDA had to come in with their clipboards and science. Luckily, they haven't ruined alcohol yet. A great way to shorten your life and boost your risk of cancer is regular alcohol consumption. When you drink, your body converts alcohol into acetaldehyde, which is basically paint thinner for your DNA, but
all them people that keep saying, "No, bro, alcohol ain't bad for you." Your liver regenerates, bro. Don't worry. Yeah. Let's see if you regenerate out of this, because it's going to regenerate them bad cells. It's going to regenerate them bad cells.
tastes slightly worse. Acetaldehyde is more toxic than alcohol, so our livers turn booze into something worse than what it started with. Great job, evolution. Slamming Four Locos doesn't just ruin your chance at employment, it can mess up your DNA, causing mutations that slow cell repair. But if you're constantly binge drinking, you're more susceptible to drunk driving, overdosing, and suicide, which would end the cancer speedrun on a technicality. I suggest going easy on alcohol if you're going for a pure cancer build and focus on other carcinogens to make up the difference. For example, processed meats are a great alternative. In 2015, the World Health Organization classified processed meats as a group 1 carcinogen. That puts hot dogs on the same list as cigarettes and
That's crazy. So you can't be out here eating lunch meat and hot dogs, bro. That's crazy.
uranium, which are the 3 things a growing boy needs. Bacon, ham, and deli meats are coated with preservatives that turn into nitrosamines when cooked. And because that word has a bunch of syllables, it's considered a carcinogen. With that being said, make sure you are eating as much gas station food as possible while supplementing Soylent and vegetables with Red 40 Mountain Dew. Pairing a poor diet without exercise will drastically increase your risk of cancer, but you were probably already doing that. But if you want to make your situation way worse, doctors recommend playing ranked Counter-Strike and eating chicken nuggets all day. Your body will become a beautiful, fertile garden in which the only thing that grows is tumors. More fat cells means more estrogen, means more inflammatory chemicals that can develop into breast, pancreatic, and colon cancer. Non-processed meats can still be carcinogenic if you fry, smoke, or char them, since they'll contain polyacylic aromatic hydrocarbons and heterocyclic.
So you can't fry, smoke, or char meat. You just gotta bake it. That's crazy, bro.
Amines. That's over 19 syllables. Well, at least our drinking water's safe.
Nope.
People over at DuPont made a beautiful product called Teflon that can be found everywhere, even in your own blood. Coincidentally, Teflon is known to cause cancer and was thrown into every product, including water, possibly as a joke. Now, this kind of upset the entire world, so they did a rebrand to PFOA, which also caused cancer. And now they're on their 3rd rebrand, Gen X. New name, same cancer. There's hundreds of mega corporations rapidly diluting our food, water, and air with chemicals. I suggest moving to an area around one of these chemical manufacturers to ensure you're getting the most contaminated water as possible.
Whoa,
Better
That's
yet,
crazy.
work at one of these factories. That way you can inhale as many horrible fumes as you want. Blending water with plastic can make a fantastic microplastic cocktail. And if you can't afford a blender, don't worry. Our entire water supply is already irreversibly filled with microplastics and forever chemicals that have made their way into our bloodstream. While you might think our world has only recently become a fish tank loaded with carcinogens, it's been this way for over a century. The 1900s introduced amazing products like leaded gasoline, x-ray machines for fitting shoes, and Adam Sandler. Oh, and asbestos, which was practically
Asbestos was just
seasoning
crazy,
back
bro.
then. Hey, sweetheart, the steak's pretty dry and awful. Frankly, also, I hate you. Can you pass the asbestos? Oh, honey, you can get it yourself if it's next to the x-ray machine. Hi, Dad. X-rays pass through soft tissues but get absorbed by dense materials like your bones. But they can also knock electrons off of atoms in a process called ionization. This creates charged particles that can wreak havoc inside your cells. Even non-ionized waves can cause problems. For example, the sun blasts UV rays at our skin that excites electrons and breaks down chemical bonds. So throw away your sunscreen and head on down to your nearest new beach.
That's how you gonna get
For
it.
any aspiring supervillains out
What's
there.
crazy is this happened to one of my old professors, bro. Like he was talking about how because he wanted to get a tan, he put, this is gonna sound crazy, but he put actual cooking oil on his body and literally fry himself in the sun's heat. That's crazy, bro. Niggas is crazy, bro.
You could simply destroy the electromagnetosphere that protects Earth from cosmic rays. This can only be done if you cool down the Earth's core, which generates the magnetosphere. You could do this by either pumping trillions of gallons of liquid nitrogen into the core or crashing a planet into the Earth. You could also just move to a planet without an electromagnetosphere like Venus or Mars, but that's a little less fun. I know a lot of you guys aren't big fans of the sun. It's too bright and it's kind of condescending. So tanning booths can be used instead here. They actually emit 15 times more UV radiation than the sun. Now, I typically don't care for microtransactions like this, but if you're really committed to cancer maxing, it's kind of worth the investment. Let's move on to some heavier stuff, specifically the heaviest elements in the periodic table. These guys are bad news and are radioactive because they have no stable isotopes. Think of them like 12-year-olds. High energy,
uranium,
unpredictable, and likely to explode if left unsupervised. Take plutonium, for example. It's one of the most deadly elements on Earth. Hanging out with plutonium for seconds is worse than chain smoking inside a tanning bed stuffed with asbestos.
Damn.
Its nucleus is too bloated with protons and neutrons to stay together, and like your ex-girlfriend, it doesn't want to exist, so it makes sure everyone around them suffers. But if you really want to max out on radiation, I gotta recommend gamma rays. They're way more harmful than any other ray, and you can access gamma rays from nuclear bombs or take a bite out of Chernobyl's elephant's foot. This doesn't even look like an elephant's foot! Chernobyl's elephant's foot is considered the most radioactive place on Earth. It's a mass of melted nuclear fuel formed during the meltdown. It originally emitted over 10,000 roentgens per hour, enough to kill someone within minutes. For
That's
context,
crazy.
that would probably kill an elephant within at least 5 to 10 minutes. To this day, it's still hot and glows in the dark a bit. While most elephants' feet weigh about 100 pounds, the one in Chernobyl weighs almost 4 million pounds. But to be exposed to the most gamma rays, you'll need to visit a black hole's accretion disk. We're running a little low on time, and all these tumors are making it extremely hard to talk. So long friend of the channel, Ellie Andrews, and his little buddy, Saint Aiden, wrote a rap to cover everything else.
Huh. Go. Go.
My chest hurts.
Go. Go.
Gather round, kids. I'ma give you
Go.
the answer. If your lifelong goal is to give yourself cancer,
Go.
leave fine wood dust in your nose and throat.
Go.
Popcorn butter on your burnt
Go.
ass toast.
Go.
Use hair dye, talc, formaldehyde makeup.
Go.
Fire the stove, grill a well done steak up.
Go.
Fall to the floor, quick lick the vinyl.
Go.
If you're really on a mission and it isn't
Go.
survival.
Go.
If it's laundry day, do a laundry week. And
Go.
each time huff bleach, snip dry as sheets.
Go.
With a scented candle for the sweet benzene.
Go.
Set your head by a diesel,
Go.
like sauce and breathe.
Go.
Sunny days, try to spend outside.
Go.
Without
Go.
sunscreen, but bug
Go.
sprays fine. Do all
Go.
of the above, and it won't be observable.
Go.
The doctor
Go.
goes back
Go.
and tells you
Go.
it's terminal.
Go. Appreciate everybody for zapping in. And as you know, if you want to take his advice, I'm playing. Appreciate everybody for zapping in. And as you know, if you want to take his advice, bro, RIP to you, man. I'll see you when I see you. But if you don't want to take his advice and you want to live long, just do the opposite of that video. Safety. As always, keep God in your life, little niggas. Deuces. Or